With the Marlin grabbing all the attention these days, the VPO-215 Gonna Stay upgrade has slipped under the radar, as has a way to get the best ammo for it APM really early on. So today we're going to look at the VPO-215, which has had quite a big upgrade. Now you do need to get the Jaeger 2 before you can get to all this stuff. We're going to have a quick look at it. But the advantages of this over the Marlin, for example, is that you can go suppressed straight away. The 366 TKM suppressor is quite expensive on the traders, but as soon as you're able to access it on the flea market, it's now really cheap. If you want to stay stealthy, then this can be a much better option, especially with the ammo, but we'll talk about that in a moment. First things first, let's have a look at what has happened to this. So it's got a new chassis, and this comes on Jaeger 2, so you're going to want to be there in order to buy this stuff. It's called the VPO-215 Tactical Chassis. When you put that on, you then get access to various pistol grips. The best in slot would be something like the AGS Sniper, but that's probably just overkill, so just buy what you can. The sword pistol grip's going to be a good middle ground for most people. Then you get to add a buffer tube and stock combination of some description. So what I've been doing here is on Mechanic 2, you get this thing, which is the MP7A1 PDW. We normally only use this for gunsmiths, but as we don't care about recoil whatsoever, we may as well just use it. This is the joint second highest ergonomics of any stock in the game, jointly over with the Viper, but that extra 3 I don't think really makes that much difference, but you can grab that if you so wish. Now onto the front, you can add this little part here, which is this VPO Tactical Chassis front rail, but this won't fit with the basic barrel, and they've added a new barrel for the VPO, which is this one here, the 360mm. Now I will point out one little thing about this is that originally the default MOA of the VPO is 1.55. If you swap this over to the 360mm barrel, this does go up to 2.27. Now it's not the most accurate sniper rifle in the entire world. If we stick this back on, it doesn't make any difference to it at all. This allows you to add then this front rail. But over short-ish distances and anything up to about 100 meters, you should be pretty much good to go. This lets you add some lasers, flashlights, tactical devices, that kind of thing, as well as some little sights as well. But typically speaking, we're just going to add some kind of ringed optic to the back. It really is up to you what you want to use. You could even use an L-can or something, I suppose. But given that any scope that has a 1x in its name, so if we look at the traditional ones, things like the Razor, the Tango 6T, the Voodoo, and the TAC 30, these are all hard level locked. The TAC 30 is locked to level 35. The Voodoo, Tango 6T, and Razor, which are typically the 3 best in the game, these are locked to level 40, so you can't really get anything with a 1x in the name that's also variable until much higher in trader levels. Oh, and the Schmidt & Bender as well. I guess there is a barter for this one. You can technically get this from Jaeger for the buckwheat trade. The buckwheat's gone up quite a lot because this is required for test drives, so there's a lot of demand for this particular scope. So I've been trying out a few different scopes, the first of which is this guy here, which is one of the new ones that was added this wipe, which is the Leopold Mark IV 2.528, and this is the smallest minimum zoom that you can get away with and also be able to buy it before level 35. And you might also want to consider something like the March Tactical. This was completely unusable at one point in time, but given this begins at 3x, that may not be too bad. Alternatively, on the 34mm mounts, I've been using this one, the Recknagel Iratac 34mm scope mount, and onto that you can add something like this guy, which is the Schmidt & Bender 3-20. So this starts at 3, it goes up to 20x. This is obviously quite big, but the 3x is quite good on maps like Lighthouse where you're fighting over long distances. These ones can be bought a bit earlier than the others as well. I'll showcase what both of these scopes look like on the screen here, and I've just been kind of using a mixture of different things, to be honest with you. Sometimes using the ACOG, sometimes using one of the bigger optics like we just talked about, and it depends on the map and how I'm feeling. But even with the suppressor, the ergonomics on this thing is 51, and that's even with one of these guys, which is -6. It's definitely not the most ergonomic scope of all time. And you could technically put a little dot or something on here if you want to, just as a backup, but with the VPO it's a little bit tricky. But the crux of what makes this weapon good at the moment is the ammunition. So we'll go and have a look at the ammo. Unfortunately, the VPO is only 4 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. That is where its limit is. So we're going to have a look at this. There's 2 sets of ammo at Jaeger level 1. You have FMJ and Gexer. FMJ is the slightly better one. Gexer does a lot of damage, but it doesn't have any pen on it. So 14 pen and 110 damage. So it's a bit tricky. It's kind of a scav round, really. This one, 23 pen, a little bit better. It'll go through neck armor, but not through class 3 helmets. So that's why I think you should probably avoid this. The one that's actually okay is EKO. This one has 73 damage and 30 pen. So this won't one-shot to the thorax, but with 30 pen, you actually do have a chance to go through all neck armors, and also you can go through class 3 helmets as well. But obviously the one that we want to use is this, the one that you can't buy on the flea market, which is 366 APM. Now, neither this bullet, like no bullets at the moment in Tarkov, or the ammo pack can be listed on the fleet, so you'll have to find this yourself. However, BSG have added a new ammo craft for APM, which is much easier than it was previously. This is over in the workbench, and the joyous thing about this is that it is now at workbench level 1. You can get 60 of these, and you need some Hawk gunpowders, and you need 7.62x39 PS. And the only stipulation is that you have to go and complete Jaeger's Tarkov Shooter Part 3. Now, this one is kind of notorious. eliminate PMCs from less than 25 meters away using the bolt actions. The earlier you do this, the better. Basically, you want to go through introduction and get yourself through Tarkov Shooters Part 1 and 2 as fast as you can. So scavs from 40 meters away with the irons, and then the legs and the headshots over 40 meters away as well. And I do find that the Marlin does make this a bit easier over at Jaeger 2. But failing that, you can just do it with the VPO. And when you do Tarkov Shooter Part 3, which basically involves shooting at pistol guys on factory and dying to anybody else, once you get the 3 kills here and just faceplant your way through it, you can then craft this APM. So the problems here then lie in how exactly are you going to get the required ingredients you need for this. It's not necessarily that straightforward. The first things you need to get 7.62 by 39 PS. Technically, you can only buy this up to Prapor level 3, and neither this nor the box ammo can be listed on the fleet either, so you're not going to get it that way. You might be able to get it on fence, but you do find PS on scavs quite often, so try to keep any that you find. Scavs do have full mags of this stuff sometimes, so look for any AKM scavs and keep this stuff if you can. Next, you're going to need to find some Hawk gunpowder. You can just find this lying around. You do just get it as you go through various raids. You can also craft Hawk gunpowder, and that requires Eagle gunpowder, which is the green one, and some matches. So matches you're just going to find around in filing cabinets, in the drawers, things like that. And the Eagle gunpowder, again, you're going to find in raids. You either need to find this green gunpowder or the Hawk directly. Now, this does make 3, so it does make quite a lot. And there is actually a way to make Eagle, but you need to be at workbench level 2, and this is for the M67 hand grenades and the smoke grenades. These are easy because these can be bought from Jaeger level 1. These are a bit more tricky because to purchase them directly, you get them from Peacekeeper 3. Keep any that you can. You can also trade them with Peacekeeper 2 for a Zibbo lighter. People normally do this one to do the trust regain with Prapor after doing Chemical Part 4, because normally people don't go with him because he only gives you ammo cases and the injector case is better. So you're probably going to be keeping these anyway. These are very useful to keep a hold of, and they don't need to be found in raid for either the craft or for Prapor's trust regain either. But the best way obviously is just to keep as much PS as you can and try to find the Hawk gunpowders in raid. You will eventually be able to buy this on the flea market, so that should make this a little bit more straightforward. So run your scav and you should be able to craft yourself some APM in no time if you do manage to complete those first Tarkov shooters. Now, one thing that people always complain about with the APM is one of its specific stats is minus 22% accuracy. Now, with the fact that we've reduced the accuracy already on this gun, it's usually not that big of a problem, up to about 150 meters, excepting for the fact that the VPO does have a little bit of weird zeroing, because APM travels at a bit of a strange speed compared to its default bullet. But despite this, APM actually might make this quite a lot worse. Now, what I don't really understand here is that the accuracy of minus 22% doesn't really seem to work with the 2.27 MOA how I thought it would. When you load a cartridge into a particular gun, it updates the MOA in real time. So you can see it moves from 2.27 to 2.52, which only seems to be about a 10% worsening in MOA rather than 20%. So I actually don't think this is really going to make that much difference. If you were already happy with 2.27 MOA, you should be perfectly happy with 2.5. This whole build costs about 123k, and that includes the scope as well, so that actually isn't that bad for a budget sniper. Obviously, you don't have to pimp out this gun if you don't want to. If you do that, then it's going to be much cheaper because the base gun is just 18,000 rubles. You're just going to add maybe a suppressor and a scope on top, which is going to end up being something like 85k. But you can see that the difference between the two builds is like 40,000 rubles or something for the extra parts, and to make it a bit more ergonomic so you have better ADS speed. With that, I've not had a great opportunity to use this yet. I did play it in one raid though, and annoyed the hell out of this guy, which was kind of hilarious, so I'll show you that before we finish up. Like we were talking about yesterday, I actually don't really mind Southern Road, because I just don't feel like I stand a chance on this map half the time. And so being able to just take my time and not being in the middle of 5 other spawns is typically not the worst for me. I'm usually not that bothered. Is that a scav? No. That guy's a big boy. Not sure whether to back off. That guy's wearing the freaking tequila helmet. He means business. Like killer tracksuit and tequila helmet. So, I should probably make myself slightly scarce. If he so much as catches me, even very slightly, I am just done for. He's probably going to Lighthouse for something, like to lightkeeper himself, I would imagine. Unless he's trying to leave out a Southern Road. I mean, he could be. Unfortunately, APM's just going to bounce off this guy. So will AP-20 slugs. I wonder if he's just trying to leave out a southern road. If he is, then maybe we stand a chance of pinging him, but... I don't know if we do. Yeah, but there's no way that guy... Oh, there he is. He actually is here. He's seen me. He's seen me. Where's he gone? Oh, look at the LOD, it's horrible. I don't know where he's gone. I think this is just we're just done for here. Only thing is maybe if I go all the way up to the top. I thought for a second then someone was running up on me. Last shot might have got him. Check your shooter born. I don't think so. Ooh. No. What about Punisher? Oh, maybe we did kill him. I don't think I had any PMCs before. I don't think I headshot him. I don't think I was really able to because of the whole tequila helmet. I'm pretty sure I didn't have any kills before for shootable. For Thingy Bob. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, so be it. It's a long time since I played this map. I was saying yesterday, I genuinely don't play this map out of choice. So like, I haven't played for like months. Damn, dude. Oh, it's a big boy. Oh my god, none of them fit. Whoa, he's Prestige 4, holy crap. Thorax. That's crazy. Damage dealt to body 150. How's that even possible? I only shot him twice. Did I hit him in the neck? Oh, I neck shotted him. Use profile, I have to see those stats. Yeah, I neck shotted this guy. So this is one of the things that makes APM... So the Marlin wouldn't do that, for example. It'll do that even on class 3 armor too. Because it's like 42 pen or something. It's like really high. And it does 90 damage, so it's just punches straight through.